Happy Valentine's Day. How are you feeling today? Are you feeling romanced and loved and blissful and peaceful and beautiful and joyful and whole and complete? Or are you feeling sad and depressed and empty and separate and missing your twin? Which way are you feeling? Write it down. Because hopefully you're at a stage of such mastery, such ascension, that you feel only love and peace and bliss and wholeness. You've done so much inner work that you feel so much love flowing through you. You are in the depths of romance. You are connected with soul. You are one with God. As you do your meditation, as you connect with your soul, you feel oneness flow all around you, and you have no doubts, no fears, no separation, no ego. Where are you on the journey? I mean, the last week was also intense. We had the moon in Leo. For me, it was on Wednesday, wasn't it? I had a conversation with someone of a DF, and that brought up some stuff. Maybe it was projection, I don't know, to do with forgiveness. Then I spoke to someone else who I'm being interviewed by today. Again, it was bringing up all these residual things which we thought we had let go of, right? And last week there was a lot of longing and fear, running, and also forgiving. So where are you right now? Do you feel so complete and so enamored in yourself, in love, with no doubts, no fears, with a real kick-ass, badass attitude that this is your ascension, nothing's going to get in the way of that? It's way beyond the twin. It's so much more than that. It is not about just today, Valentine's. I mean, before I came on this live, I was thinking about and looking at all the little posts that people are doing about their romance and their soulmates and whatever else. And we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. But I feel, I don't know how you feel, it kind of cheapens love, especially when we're on the twin flame journey. We are talking about divine love, godly love, beyond just this marketable day, beyond these flowers and roses. This is whole, this is heart-wrenching, this is complete ego dissolution and destruction. This is total ascension, rising from the ashes. This is the phoenix. This is more than just I give you roses and chocolates and I say from my ego love and want codependency and want you to obligate to me, and I get jealous and I expect this and I expect that. This is total annihilation of the ego. This is unconditional love. This is union with God. This is oneness. This is ascension. This is liberation. This is enlightenment. This is Buddhahood. This is becoming an ascended master. It's way more. The task that we have, it is deep, right? So it's not just about roses and chocolates and this is my Valentine and here we are. It kind of made me feel a bit icky. And I was thinking, once I am in union, physical, will I want to celebrate Valentine's with a picture of flowers and roses and chocolates? Is that going to redeem the work I've done? The amount of hell I've gone through and the fires that I've burnt, and how I've ascended from the ashes. Is that a bed of roses? Is that proves my love, or is that going to prove my twin's love? Is that going to reduce that? I mean, it's nice to celebrate, but where are you? Are you in wholeness and completion and total power, or are you in separation, longing, ego, and fear, missing your twin? Because the work we've been doing the last 2 years or more, if you've been on the journey longer, has been total ego annihilation, ego dissolution, destruction, total inner love and union. So today, the Valentine's special, stamping out all your fears and doubts to love. I've been hearing from some of you going through it this week. Oh, does he love me? In and out. Oh, why? Da, 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 da. Who gives a flying F what the DM's doing or the twin flame's doing? Doesn't matter. The 3D is an illusion. Whether they're with a karmic, whether they're married, whether they're sleeping around, whether they're taking their clothes off, whether they're running, whether they're working, whether they're ignoring you, blocking you, doing this, doing that. Let them do whatever the hell they're doing, because there's nothing that is true, okay? What is the truth is your soul in union and oneness. Whatever happens around you, You look this way, you look that way, you're unflickered, you're untriggered, you're messed about with. Okay, you're totally in your truth, you're totally grounded, you're totally rooted into the earth, into oneness. Hopefully you can hear me. We had audio issues in the past, but you're so rooted in your Buddhahood, in your enlightenment, in your liberation, that it doesn't matter. You do not sway left or right. You do not open left or right. Whatever happens, it happens. It happens, arising and passing and going away. It does not matter. This is enlightenment and liberation from all lower vibrational feelings and thoughts. It does not matter what the twin is doing. The truth is one soul in union already. The truth is not needing anything from outside. No validation, no codependency, no attention required, because you are whole and complete. You are filling your cup. You are getting whole within. Removing all those fears and doubts to love. The love is self-love. The love is within. The job is an inner journey. It's not about working through this as a soulmate experience, okay? On Sunday, I'll do a live about the role of the masculine. Okay, I'll do a live about that, the actual role, in how basically they create union and pull the connection in the 3D and how that works. But this is way bigger than the twin flame stuff and the DM and all that. It's way bigger. It's about perfecting yourself into total pristine divinity. You know, and someone was asking about the DM. Oh, when are they going to wake up the soul behind? The DM is your shadow. When you walk in the sun, the shadow is right next to you. It's not 5 miles away from you, right? The DM is right where you are at, but they are your blind spot. So they will always be showing to you where you have not healed. So you're not separate. They are there, right next to you. We think we're ahead. We think we're doing an amazing job, but they show us our darkness. So don't worry about it, because they are right next to you. They are not far from your ascension. Where you're going, they're right there, showing you your dark spots. Remember to keep choosing yourself, choosing your twin flame, choosing your ascension, your enlightenment. And it's not a normal relationship. This is not a 3D thing. This is not a soulmate thing. This is not what they're showing with the chocolates and the roses and the dinners on social media. That is soulmate stuff. That is karmic stuff. That is 3D stuff. You don't need validation. You don't need your twin on his knees or her knees. You do not need your twin giving you chocolates and flowers and telling you, baby, baby, I love you. That's an illusion. You're here to break free from all that nonsense and all that crap and all that restrictions which hold you in prison, shackle you up, because you're always looking outside, 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 outside. Does he love me? Does he give me attention? Is he still married? Is he with the karmic? Is he sleeping around? Is he taking his clothes off? What is he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing? Crazy, crazy, manic, illusion, mind, boggling, madness. About going within. Liberation. I was on the train to London yesterday in the morning, and I had one of the best meditations of my life. Total oneness. Freedom from everything outside. Total connection with the divine and with God. Liberation. Don't need anything. Don't need anything from no one. Invincible. That's where we're at. Okay, so you can't put a soulmate tag on it, and it doesn't behave the way in which it should look, because you are here to break free from all those 3D soulmate toxic templates. Love is not about what someone does for you. Love just is. You are love. Having all these thoughts that, you know, they need to be loyal, or they need to treat me this way, or they need to, that's a given. When you totally love yourself, you don't have a criteria or expectation of another, because that is already expected. Total love and alignment with the divine, whoever else comes and sits next to you will be the same. It's mirrored. Law. Okay, so I'm going to read you a letter, okay? Now, recently I've been following this YouTube channel called Soul Gardener, and I recommend that you follow them too. They're quite damn good. Okay. So, I'll read through some comments in a second. So this is Soul Gardener. They tend to use sort of like animations and cartoons. It's really good. And they talk about Valentines. So this is a open love letter from a twin flame runner, okay? So what they really want to say. So I'm going to read it out to you. Some of you have been feeling really like, oh my God, If you feel a little bit missy energy, you got to give it to yourself. Maybe write it down. Write it down, a love letter for you or your twin, and let it go. So let's read. My beloved, as I sit here contemplating the swirling emotions and thoughts that reside within me, my spirit longs to find a way to convey the truth of my heart. This is not an ordinary letter, for we are not bound by the mundane. Ours is a connection forged beyond time, space, and logic, a bond rooted in the very essence of our souls. I know that my actions, my retreat, my seeming rejection have caused you pain. For that, I carry the weight of regret, even as I struggle to understand it myself. So like I said in the beginning, this is not a 3D relationship. It's all inner. And they run. And they also probably want to reach out to you today, but they're afraid. Are you going to be toxic feminine and blast them down? Or are you going to be loving and kind? Do you understand their pain? Last week, I felt their pain, the runners, deliberating fear, unable to focus, run, acting without thinking, illogical, all the shadow. That's what they represent. It's a lot for them to deal with. Their childhood traumas, ancestry, all that stuff going on. I'm not legitimizing what they've done, justifying what they've done, but I'm saying, understand it. We're all products of our past, but get to a stage where you no longer need anything from outside. Anyway, today, through these words, I want you to know what lies beneath the surface of the running, of my running. These are the truths I have been too afraid to share with you, but the truths that you deserve to know now. The first truth I want to share is perhaps the hardest to believe. When you feel my absence, it is the thought that likely keeps you awake at night, questioning and doubting all the moments we shared, all the emotions that flowed between us like an unending river. But hear me now. I didn't run because I stopped loving you. Quite the opposite. My love for you is profound, so consuming that it shook me to the core. So when it shakes them, it brings up all their fears and their triggers, and they feel unworthy and they run. They don't feel good enough to be able to anchor the union. On Sunday, we'll talk about the purpose of the divine masculine, and that also relates to a lot of the sexual stuff they do and the energy. And we'll delve deep because they have just as strong a purpose as you. It wasn't the kind of love that whispers gently in the background. It was an all-encompassing force, a storm that swept through my life and turned everything I knew upside down. And you know, they get afraid of change, of newness, of making that step forwards because of their childhood, their lack of wanting to be vulnerable. Your love overwhelmed me. It was a mirror reflecting back to me everything I am, the good, the bad, and the beautiful, and the broken. In your light, I saw the darkest corners of my soul, the fears I thought I had conquered, the insecurities I had hidden even from myself. I know some DFs, they cannot even look at a picture of their divine masculine without crying or having a trigger. Yeah, and this is a picture of them clothed, right? I've seen my divine masculine fully naked on the social media. So imagine how they feel. Some of you cannot even stand to look at their picture. How do you think they mirror that, right? So how can they be next to you? There's a lot of work that needs to be done to balance the fear, and you'll get there. Okay. The depth of our connection forced me to confront parts of myself I wasn't ready to face, and that terrified me. The thought of being so completely seen, so entirely known by another person, was more than I could handle. It felt as though you had unlocked a door within me, one that I had kept tightly shut for all these years, and I wasn't ready to step through it. You see, your love isn't ordinary. It's not the kind of love that allows for mistakes, that allows for masks and pretenses. It's raw, honest, and relentless in its demand for truth. You don't just see the parts of me I want to show, you see everything. You see the wounds I thought I had buried, the parts of me I thought I've been too ashamed to acknowledge. And in seeing, and in your seeing, you love me anyway. That kind of love is rare, beautiful, and healing. But for someone like me, who has spent so much of their life hiding, it was deeply unsettling. Because most of love, like we see today on all social media, it's roses and chocolates. But depending on the other person's behavior towards you, it's all codependent. It's all, there's always a caveat. I will love you as long as you do this for me and do that. And if you don't do any of those things, I'm cutting you out, wanting the divorce, getting the prenup, done. Because it's all based upon what I can get from you as opposed to what I am, which is love. I didn't run from you because I wanted to. I ran because I didn't know how to stay. Interesting. Because last week when I felt the fear, I felt like running myself. But I said, no, Manny, be a stayer. Face it. Face it no matter what. This is your ascension. Nothing's going to get in the way of that. I've had other people comment too that they feel like running now. No, stay. This is your ascension. Once in a lifetime. Face it. Go through it. And heal. Face your fears. Okay. I didn't run from you because I wanted to. I ran because I didn't know how to stay. I ran because staying meant peeling back every layer of myself, exposing every scar and every flaw, and trusting that you would still be there. It meant embracing a love so pure and so transformative that it scared me to my core. It wasn't a lack of love that drove me away. It was the depth of it, the power of it, the way it stripped me bare and left me feeling vulnerable in a way I never experienced before. I wasn't ready to face that vulnerability, and so I ran, not from you, but from the truths that made me confront about myself. So as I'm reading, still a bit more to read, I'm seeing all of these fears and doubts and the ego. And you know, I've had clients too, constant reassurance, constant ego validation, constant ego massage. Will he return? What if he's got a family? What if he's married? What if he's this? What if he's that? Who cares? It's about ascension. Also, God. What about God? God is there. Twin flame union, twin flame ascension is the greatest show in the universe, the greatest love, the most addictive energy. Gurus, spirit guides, ascended masters, angels, they cheer you on, they clap. Remember from the eyeball game? They're there, guiding you like puppets. They want this to happen. This is not in your mind. This is not in your control. This is not something you can magic with your ego. Everything will be pushed away. Everything will be sorted and solved, and things will be brought together when you've done your work and you trust. Trust, allow, surrender, be in total union with God, and everything will fix itself out. You don't trust. You don't believe. You say you love God, you say you trust God, but there's not even 1% in some of you. Faith. Okay. I wish I could tell you that my distance from you is simple, that it's a matter of indifference or a lack of care, but the truth is far more complex. When I ran, I wasn't rejecting you. I was rejecting the version of myself I had become. The person I was when we met wasn't whole. I was someone who had built a life around protecting myself, around avoiding the pain and discomfort. I wore masks to fit into roles that didn't feel right, followed paths that weren't meant for me, and silenced parts of myself to avoid being judged or hurt. So often the DMs just follow the sheep, follow the crowd, and do what's expected of them. And then you came into my life and shattered all of it. Your love didn't just touch the surface. It reached into the depths of my soul and demanded that I show up in my truest self. It asked for me to strip away the layers of pretense and protection I had built over the years. And the truth is, I didn't know who that self was. How could I? I spent so long trying to be what others wanted me to be, trying to live up to the expectations that weren't even my own. I didn't know where the masks ended and the real me begun. When you love someone as deeply as we love each other, you want to give them your best self. You want to meet them as an equal, as someone who can fully embrace the connection without fear or hesitation. But I couldn't do that. That's why they run. That's why they don't return, because they don't feel worthy or ready. And even once you have surrendered and ascended and they start to awaken, they want to be the best before they return. They're not going to just show up at your door broken. They want to make the money. They want to be a good person. They want to feel like they're your equal. I felt fragmented, incomplete. How could I give you what I didn't even know existed within me? How could I stand before you and offer you my love when I couldn't even fully offer that to myself? This journey of running isn't about abandoning you. It's about finding myself. It's about uncovering the pieces of me that I lost along the way, the parts of me that I silenced, the dreams I gave up on, and the truths I ignored. And so far, when we've been doing DM stories, they have consistently said, we realized it wasn't just about the DF. We got the memo. This is about ourselves and our ascension and getting our pieces together and being whole. It's us that are begging around for attention and trying to follow them around because we're not doing the same for ourselves. We're not getting ourselves together. We're not loving ourselves. We're not putting our pieces together. We're trying to fix outside to get them to somehow cover that up like a plaster. It doesn't work like that. It's about becoming someone who can meet you in the fullness of this love without the fear of crumbling under the weight of it. It's not running to escape you. I'm running to become the person I need to be in order to stand by your side, like the shadow. When I am with you, I feel an intensity that defies explanation. It's as if every fiber of my being is being drawn to you, as if my soul recognizes you in a way that words cannot capture. This connection isn't just a feeling, it's a knowing, a certainty that you are part of me in ways I can't fully understand. Now you get that. As a DF, you understand that. But the person has to catch up. And you have things to focus on. Focus on your purpose and focus on your dreams in the meantime. But that intensity, that all-encompassing pull also terrifies me. It feels like losing control, like surrendering to something far greater than myself. Surrendering to God, okay? Control has been my anchor for so long. It's how I navigated the challenges of life, how I protected myself from pain and disappointment. But with you, all of that fell apart. Love in its truest form, requires surrender. It requires letting go of fear, of ego, of the need to control every outcome. And that kind of surrender is terrifying. I see now that control is an illusion. DF, you cannot control this either. It's in no one's control. The real strength lies in surrender, in embracing the unknown. And while I'm still learning to let go, I carry the hope that one day I'll be able to meet you in the fullness of that surrender. So as they are always you, when you totally surrender, they'll also do the same. But surrender happens in stages, okay? Because you're like, when is this going to end? I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. I want a refund. You're on the train now. You're on the ride. Can't get off it. Your soul is ready for ascension. Just let go and trust it. One of the hardest things about this journey is that even when I'm not physically present in your life, I am still connected to you. I see you in my dreams, in the quiet moments of the day, in the signs that the universe places before me. This connection doesn't fade with the distance. It persists, a constant reminder of the bond we share. I want you to know that even when it seems like I've forgotten you, I haven't. You are woven into the fabric of my existence in ways I cannot explain. My beloved, this journey we are on is not a straight path. It is winding, challenging, and at times unbearably painful. But it's also beautiful, transformative, and divinely guided. And the DMs know that divine guidance and timing. They know more than us. I ask for your patience, your forgiveness, and your trust as I navigate my way back to you. Please know that you are not alone in this journey. Our souls are walking this path together, even when it feels like we are worlds apart. Until the day we reunite, hold on to that love that brought us together. Let it be your anchor, your guide, and your hope. I see you, I feel you, I love you, always and with all my heart, your twin flame runner. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, I've been a bit tough on this call, and that's okay. Sometimes we need that strength. The twin flame journey is not about love. It's about ascension. The love is used as a carrot to take you there. Yes, you'll get the love. Yes, you'll get the oneness, but when you don't even need it. When you get to a stage of total bliss and inner union. Which leads me on to my Valentine's Day promotion. I don't normally promote things, but I have a twin flame inner union course. And today, the first 10 people who purchase it will get a free coaching session from me. So 1 hour free coaching, which normally is £85. So if you purchase the inner union course, which has a lot of content, a lot of healing, a lot of inner work as well, you will get a 1-hour free coaching with that. So that's my Valentine's sort of love gift for you, because I don't want you to be suffering. I don't want you to be in separation and longing and doubt and fear. I want you to be in your truth and your power. It's a journey. It takes time, and it's ups and downs, backwards and forwards. But you go deeper into yourself and into the truth. And to do that, you got to do your work. It doesn't just happen by sitting on your ass doing nothing. You've got to work. Ascension is not easy. You think about all the Buddhas, all the ascended masters, you know, how they went into caves or into the forest, or they did all their inner work, right? Seeking and searching to ascend. This is what you're doing. You're an old soul. So with that, I will end the live to say that basically on Sunday, we are going to do a live about the role of the masculine. It's going to be quite an interesting one. And if you just join now, I recommend you watch from the beginning. And today is a day to romance yourself and love yourself and remind yourself of your truth, your power, and your worthiness. Because you are love. You don't need love. You don't need to look for love, because you are love. That's your essence. And with that, I wish you a very, very beautiful, loving Valentine.